Hi everybody, here's Los Smooches. Today we're going to start our first playthrough on the channel. Pokemon Arceus. I think that's how you say it. But we're going to be doing quite a few playthroughs. I have a library to go through of Nintendo, PlayStation games, computer games, stuff like that. Got a lot to go through. Mainly doing this to record my gameplays for myself, but if you guys enjoy it, that's even better. So we begin this Arceus. I played through a little bit of this, but not much. All right, welcome to my realm, located beyond both time and space. It is well that thou art here. I am that which humans call Arceus. Now, I wish to know thine appearance. We're not a girl. Got blonde hair, so it's that. What is thy name? My name? Oh, what is it? Yes. Soon thou shalt find thyself in a world strange to thee. A world inhabited by wondrous creatures that humans call Pokemon. Seek out all Pokemon, and thou shalt find me once more. We're in the void. The warp. I know this game, the art style, it reminds me quite a bit of Breath of the Wild, which I loved. Here's the kingdom. Can't wait for that to come out. Wake up. Oh, do wake up, won't you? Are you alive, my boy? Gave me quite the shock, falling from the sky like that. But thank goodness you seem unharmed. Who are you? I'd like to ask you the same. I mean, you fell out of the sky, you understand. Come on now. Who in the world does that? I must say your clothing is unusual. You wouldn't happen to have an acquaintance in these parts, would you? Oh, that's weird. I doubt it. I see you seem to be in a bit of a pickle. I offer some directions. Do you have somewhere around here you could stay? I don't know. So you don't know anyone here, and you don't even know where to spend the night. Well, this is a proper pickle indeed. Are you quite sure you'll be able to survive? I see. Well, no gentleman would abandon a person in such need. Oh my, I'd completely forgotten. I had just caught up to these 3 runaway Pokemon. And you tumbled out of the sky. It's almost as if they knew you'd appear here. But do you even know what Pokemon is? Of course I do. Why, that's a relief. Though you fell from the sky, it seems we have some common ground, eh? Yes, well, these 3 Pokemon belong to me. Mysterious creatures that they are. Oh, yes, and what might your name be? Oh, so you're called Los Smooches. The name has quite the ring to it. I imagine it must have some lovely meaning. Not really. Well, it does, but yeah. Oh, but I do apologize. I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Lavinson. I'm something of a Pokemon professor. That is to say, I'm a scholar seeking to deepen our understanding of Pokemon. Yes, Pokemon such as these 3. And I didn't even get to read it. Oh, blast my... Oh, blast and bother, my darling Pokemon. Why must you run from me again? I'm terribly sorry, but do you think you can help me round them up? I beg you. There's a glowing, beeping object. Found something that resembles a phone. Oh, your phone, but it's changed shape. You feel a strange power emanating from it. A message appeared on the screen. I bestow upon thee this ARC phone and the mission. Seek out all Pokemon. Alas, yet another miss. Aha, I'm glad you've come to my rescue, my new friend from the sky. I tried catching my little runaways by tossing some Pokeballs their way, but I'm not the best at this sort of thing, you see. I'd love to give you a go at it, but perhaps I should tell you a bit about these 3 first. Now, that one is Rowlet. Rowlet can photosynthesize like a plant, and apparently it battles using its sharp feathers. That one over there is Cyndaquil. The fire burning on Cyndaquil's back will flare up whenever it is surprised or irate. Pokemon near the pond is Oshawott. Oshawott naps while floating on the water, and it can battle using the shell-like object on its belly. Oh my, I nearly forgot to cover the most crucial thing. How to go about catching Pokemon. Here you are, my boy. Pokeballs. Throw these at Pokemon to catch them. Ah, but that won't do for an explanation. Well, I do apologize. Let me be more thorough. I've mentioned already that Pokemon are strange, marvelous creatures. What's so strange about them, you ask? Well, each and every Pokemon is able to shrink itself down to minuscule size. And that's where the Pokeballs come in. Pokeballs are a recent invention, you see. Throw one of them at the Pokemon, and why, the Pokemon will shrink down and fit inside the ball, comfy as can be. And with that, you've caught a Pokemon. I know we just met, but I'm afraid I've no one else to turn to. I'd be awfully grateful if you could catch my 3 runaways. Now, the proper technique is to take aim at the Pokemon, then let the ball fly. It's quite simple. Though Far be it for me to say, I suppose, given my own dire lack of skill in this area. The R button. Okay. Oh, wonderful. You caught a Pokemon. Seems as though you got quite the knack for this Pokemon catching business. Jolly useful skill to have around here. Only 2 of my darling runaways left now. Still, this is most unusual. You don't seem fearful of Pokemon in the slightest. I can hardly believe it. You know, many people fear to even approach Pokemon, never mind catch them. Bravo indeed. Just one more to go. Let's wrap this up sharpish, shall we? So I've been through this before. This part of the game. But not much after this. Ah yes, I'm afraid that can happen. Pokeballs are hardly 100% foolproof. Give it another go, old boy. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, what a relief to have them all back. You see, the 3 Pokemon you caught have only just arrived at the village to help with our research. They won't yet listen to anyone. And as I mentioned, they bolted from the village almost as if they knew you'd come falling. But I must say, I'll take it back about how well you use Pokeballs. How is it that you catch Pokemon so ably when you've only just arrived here? One can't help but think there's a reason you appeared here and now. Seek out all Pokemon. That object is an art phone, you say? What an odd device. Could it be guiding you somehow? If you'll indulge me for a moment, there's something I'd like to share with you. See, I have a dream to compile this region's first complete record of its Pokemon. We in the field call such a catalog a Pokédex. Yes, a proper Pokédex is a wonderful work of research, containing detailed records of all the Pokemon to be found in the region. But in order to properly document Pokemon, one must, of course, catch them. And therein lies the rub, I'm afraid. Pokeballs have only just been invented, and not many have mastered the skill of using them. Enter you, a person with clear talent for catching Pokemon. Your goal is to seek out every Pokemon, and mine is to have all of those Pokemon caught. A situation ripe for teamwork, don't you agree? Come now, what do you say? Shall we help one another out, my boy? Sure. So I'm drinking coffee, guys. Then whoever and from wherever you may be, I welcome you with open arms. We have a Pokédex to complete. First things first, let's get these Pokemon back to the village. Then we'll sort out your lodging and find you some proper clothes and a meal and all that. Follow me then, onward to Jubilife Village. Thank you for your tireless work keeping us safe, my good guardsman. This young man was a great assistance to me and my Pokemon, so I hope you'll forgive my bringing him into the village for a bit. This way, if you please. Come a long way thanks to fine. I remember that this is as Clocos as the village was built scarcely 2 years ago. There's much okay. Since we know so little of the local Pokemon, oh my lord. Okay, I'm just gonna stop. I'm not a fast reader. Oh, adoration. I almost forgot. I need to go and report that we successfully recovered the escaped Pokemon. May I ask you to wait for me at the canteen? It's just past this bridge here, then to the left. The Wallflower is called. The ARC phone is beeping. Somehow it seems to show where you need to go next. Well, now aren't you awfully suspicious? The Wallflowers for Galaxy Team folk only. We don't have seats for outsiders. Move along. Poor kid. Who are you? I've never seen anyone dressed like you are. What if you were attacked by a Pokemon? You'd be minced meat in those flimsy clothes. If the guard let you through, you must have ties with somebody in the village. Perhaps you messed up. Well, perhaps you've met Professor Leviton. He's a scholar from a faraway place. His Pokemon do get away from him at times, so it makes me a bit worried for him. I suppose I'm hardly one to talk. I've had some trouble with Pokemon myself. I was hit by a Pokemon move called Thundershock not long ago and had to take it to my bed. For the professor, well, I do wonder how long he'll last. Unfortunately, it's just as Akari says, I'm a clumsy sort of fellow, to put it mildly. Professor. Everything will be quite alright now. Lord Spruce here has agreed to help us with our Pokédex. Excuse me? You plan to appoint him to the survey course? You can't just slap a badge on whoever you like without Captain Selena's permission. I'll allow it. Captain Selena. Assuming the individual can contribute to the survey course, that is. I'm the captain of the Galaxy Team survey course. You may call me Selena. Professor Leviton has told me how you helped secure his Pokemon when they slipped his control. Now it seems he would like us to feed and house you in exchange for your ongoing labor. You look to be 15 or so. Quite old enough to work for your keep. But we can't simply take on a stranger who wanders in among us without any idea of their skills or origins. Tomorrow we shall see if you can prove yourself worthy. A most reasonable decision, Captain. Now, would you care to join us for a meal? I'm sure you've got plenty of questions for our visitor. That's quite alright. I prefer to eat alone, so I might appreciate my meals without distraction. Aloof as always, I see. But you don't seem very nice. Well, no matter, the rest of us can share a meal and some pleasant conversation then, eh? Any old chum, the usual potato mochi, if you please, but make it for 3 today. Wonderful stuff, Benny. Much obliged. Potato mochi never fails to please. Professor Leviton, where exactly did you meet our visitor here? Well, you know, of that great hole in the sky, the one people call the space-time rift. Our new friend fell right out of it. You can't be serious. Come now, I am a scientist. My job is to observe and explain any and all phenomena. I concern myself only with facts. Now, you already know there are many Pokemon here in the Hisui region. That there are in the grass, in the forest, by water, or wherever they like. Our job as a survey corps is to research them and find out what kind of creatures they are. Well, we know this much. Pokemon are terrifying creatures. It's all but impossible to know what kinds of powers they might possess or what sorts of wondrous things they can do. But that's where lore switches come in. We successfully caught 3 Pokemon, three of them in quick order, you understand. Nobody in the Galaxy team is capable of a feat such as that. This means we can finally begin our Pokemon research in earnest. 3? We have a hard enough time catching even 1 when wild Pokemon come after us. Ah, well, to be perfectly fair, the Pokemon that fled to the beach weren't on the attack. But the key to catching Pokemon is getting close enough to aim your Pokeball well, and it seems our new friend is fearless enough to do just that. Does Survey Corps really have the leeway to be enjoying a leisurely meal with this outsider? Your captain just ordered 10 whole portions of potato mochi, you know. The slow progress on that Pokédex of yours clearly has her on edge. I'm sure we'll start to rein in the good captain's stress eating soon enough. Now have your fill, Lord Smooches. And think, if you make it into Galaxy Team, you'll never have to worry about a meal again. The team provides for all of its members' needs, even if said members fell out of the sky. That was quite delicious indeed. Yes, the food was lovely, but more importantly, you do remember that Lord Smooches has a trial to pass to join Survey Course, don't you? Not to worry, I have complete confidence in Lord Smooches' skill. Let's hope it is not misplaced. Lord Smooches, was it? For tonight at least, we will provide you with a place to sleep. You may use our quarters there. But if you fail to pass the trial we put to you tomorrow, you must move on. You'll be expelled from the village to meet your fate, perhaps your death in the wilds. Wow. Shit. Yeah. Captain Silna, somewhat like Hisui, in that they're both quite harsh. Now, she simply puts on a stern front to help keep us all safe. At any rate, I think it's time we turn in for the night, eh? Good thing one can't fall out of the futons we sleep in here. I imagine our new friend has had enough falling for one day. And with that, I bid you both a good night. Yes, good night. A rift in the sky, people falling from it, the world is full of mysteries. Contains all sorts of useful information to help you carry out survey work in his Hisui region. Read them at any time, simply press the up button to open the menu and go to the help screen. To save your progress, press the up button to open the menu, then scroll with the ZR button until you reach the save screen. There's also save feature. Okay. Something happens. The next day. Good morning, Lord Spruces. Are you up? Quite some lightning last night, wasn't it? Today's the day of your trial, so let's get it all. Give it our all. Yeah, so guys, I'm not the best reader in the world, so bear with me on this. What lovely weather we've got. I hope you had a nice sleep, even if this land is strange and new to you. Let's go get to headquarters. Captain Silna is waiting. Where's that Silene? Silene or Silna? Like reading Lord of the Rings. Goodness. That, reading those names in that book. Whew. Survey Corps offices are here on the first. Don't give up. Keep those eyes open. The wild Pokemon, they were everywhere, attacking from all sides. It's not my partner Pokemon, but against a whole pack, outnumbered. This is what happens when you go so far afield, but the medical course will put you to the rights. That man's with a survey course, and even with his own partner, he took a beating from a wild Pokemon. Without a partner Pokemon on your own, you might find this trial particularly trying. Captain Silna, Lord Switches is here. You may enter. Let us get straight to it. If you wish to join the Galaxy Expedition team, prove yourself capable by going out into the Obsidian Fieldlands and catching 3 different species of Pokemon: Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. Catching 3 Pokemon from the start? No one in the Galaxy team has ever managed that. Did this stranger not catch 3 different Pokemon only yesterday? My trial should be simple enough for him. If the professor wasn't exaggerating things, that is. The Galaxy team does not have the means to provide for those who only take without giving. If you wish to stay, you must prove beyond any doubt that you'll be an asset to our cause. I will lend you one of our Survey Corps satchels to carry whatever you may need in the field. That satchel doesn't exactly match your mode of dress. Akari, I'll expect you to step in if anything goes awry. Press the Y button while consulting the map on your phone, and you can check the tasks you have waiting. There are 2 types of missions or requests. Missions must be completed to progress in their adventure, while requests are optional, given by people you meet. Pardon, Lord Spruces, come with me a moment. Now then, a jolly good morning to everyone. Is something the matter, Professor Lavington? In order to complete our Pokédex, and while simply survive in this unforgiving land, Lord Spruces absolutely must pass this trial. And a professor of Pokemon, I've got just the ticket to help accomplish that. Go on, Lord Spruces, pick the Pokemon that strikes your fancy. With a partner of your own, you'll be able to fight off wild Pokemon outside the village. These little darlings are very dear to me, but it's plain to see they're rather curious about you. Well, my boy, which Pokemon would you like to keep as your own? Well, I like fire, so I think we're gonna go fire. Boom. Do you want Cyndaquil as your first partner? Yes, I do. And with that, one of the Pokemon you caught at Prelude Beach for me will now be yours to keep. Good show. I've tucked Cyndaquil back inside his Pokeball for you, so take it, it's yours. The word of advice, my boy. Pay close attention to which Pokeballs are empty and which ones contain a Pokemon when you're out in the field. They look as if they're cheering on their friend Cyndaquil. Or perhaps they're jealous that it gets to help you with your trial. That could well be. They did go dashing from the village when Lord Spruces fell out of the sky after all. But not to worry, you two. I'll have you assist me with my research for now. By the by, what species has Captain Silna charged you with catching? Well, that's smashing. All three of those species can be found in the Obsidian Field Lands. Let me give you some Pokeballs to use during your trial then. These Pokeballs may be handcrafted, but they work a treat, as you've already seen. You'll have to have this trial cleared in no time. I guess you're finally ready. You'll have to leave this village for your trial. Turn left after the exit headquarters, then head for the gate. So... okay, so that switches... oh, nope, I don't want to do that. Okay, so there's our inventory. Okay, so this is our map. Nope, I took a picture. So this is my ARC phone. This one, I think. This is my ARC. And I hit Y for missions and stuff. Okay. Just make sure I get this all right. I love the graphics in this game. It's so nice. This is actually my first Pokemon game I've ever played. Oh, what curious getup you have there. I can already tell you're quite the character. I'm Volo of the Ginkgo Guild, the go-to choice for any of your mercantile needs here in Hisui. I've heard talk about you. Fell from the sky, didn't you? Now that's certainly a tale I'd like to hear. Oh, you've a Pokemon. You're certainly full of interesting surprises. Investigating the odd and novel is key to any good merchant success. So what do you say? How about you and I see how our Pokemon stand up to one another in battle? Sounds good. I like you better and better. What a delightful find. I've also heard about this trial you're to attempt. Let's have a quick battle to get your blood pumping before you head out. Though I hope you know you'll lose it if your Pokemon's HP reaches 0. Battle time. You defeated Togepi. Moves, items, use them well, and the world will open up to you. level up. New move. It's always good fun to have your Pokemon do battle, don't you think? And as they gain experience through battle, they'll learn more moves and grow even stronger. Pokemon sometimes learn new moves when they level up. If you want to change the moves your Pokemon can use in battle, open your satchel, choose a Pokemon you want, and select the change moves option. But so few people here have their own Pokemon. If only more knew how to use Pokeballs. At any rate, let me help our two battlers recover from their little exercise. And to you, my Skyfallen friend, I present some potions and thanks. Topical medicine meant to be applied to Pokemon used to restore 60 HP to a single Pokemon. You can use them on your Pokemon whenever they might be worn out from battle. I'll be hoping that you're successful on that trial of yours. More Galaxy team members means more customers for yours truly, after all. That's really something. Not only can you catch Pokemon, you can lead them into battle. Now it's the Obsidian Fieldlands. When you're leaving Jubilife Village, make sure you choose a destination from your map and tell the rest of the guardsmen where you're going. That way someone can come to your aid if you're knocked out by a Pokemon. The trial begins just a short way past that front gate. Your Lord Spooch is correct. I was informed you'd be passing through. Your trial will take place outside the safety of the village. Please take care to come back alive. City and Fieldlands. That's not open world to the point where you don't have to travel, you know. But I think it's open world enough from what I understand. This is our base camp, the last safe haven before you reach the wilds. For your trial, you must catch 3 species of Pokemon: Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. Are you ready to get started? Oh, Professor, is there something wrong? Well, you see, Captain Silna got a hold of me after you left. She impressed upon me that I bear full responsibility for whatever happens to our sudden guest. That's our unsparing captain. But what help exactly can you offer here, Professor? To be honest, my dear girl, I don't intend to lift a finger. Lord Spooch's talents are the real deal. He'll pass with flying colors, you'll see. So the responsibility for him still lies, in fact, with me, then. Well, I'm sure Lord Spooch's will be fine. Let's begin the trial. This is Aspiration Hill. The species of Pokemon you're meant to catch all live here. And along comes a Bidoof. Keep to aim carefully. Not that you seem to need my advice. I'm sharing what I know. Bidoof has a mellow disposition. It means it tends not to run for people, so it'll be easy. Got Bidoof. Well done. Time to find our next Pokemon. That's Starly. They're skittish things, little things. They'll run if startled. But you should be able to get close to them. If you crouch, you'll be harder to spot. Press the B button to crouch and make it harder for a while. Pokemon noticed you. Press the same button again to rise. Yeah. Oh, I like how the sound went down a little bit. That's Charlie caught as well. Only one more Pokemon to go. Just medical leak. I forgot there's something I ought to teach you since you're still new to this. Here's the proper way to throw your partner's Pokeball. As Captain Sinnoh tells us, have an item at the ready but want to send out a Pokemon, press X. Have a Pokemon at the ready but wants to throw out an item, press X. Captain's real expert on these things. Try throwing your Pokemon's ball at rocks or trees like this one to have it investigate. If Pokemon finds any berries or other items, it'll bring them to you. Now it's time for your partners to shine. We've reached your final hurdle, catching a Shinx. Oh, isn't that cool? What does that do? Oh, I didn't mean that. Orange berries. There, that's Shinx. Shinx has an aggressive disposition. Could you already tell that? More or less. I thought you might. I could never tell until I focus on a Pokemon carefully. Once aggressive Pokemon get irate, they'll knock aside any ball you throw at them. When you use the ZL button to focus on a Pokemon, you can see how easy it may be to catch. The more arrows you see pointing above a Pokemon, the easier it will be to catch. An X icon will appear above Pokemon if it has picked a fight with you. Be warned, Pokemon displaying the icon cannot be caught unless you engage them in battle. Don't worry though, I'll teach you a trick to catching aggressive Pokemon. You got to battle them. Once they've absorbed with battling, you can throw a Pokeball at them to try to catch them. By now you got several Pokemon of your own, don't you? Take one of their Pokeballs, throw it near the wild Pokemon you want to battle. I've got no doubt you'll hold your own in battle. Oh, you can move. Isn't that cool? You approach the Pokemon without a hint of fear and call to each one. Coffee's good, guys. Oh, your gift, the sky dropped to us. With you at our side, I think the survey corps has a real chance of compiling a complete Pokedex, as we've been ordered. This is wonderful. So curious why on earth you came falling from the sky like you did. But for now, let's tell the professor we're ready to head back. Oh, I said you passed the trial with flying colors, and it seems you went and did just that. Congratulations. You're taking your first step towards seeking out every Pokemon. This calls for a commemorative photograph. With skills like yours, I suppose this was a foregone conclusion. Now then, we best report to Captain Sinnoh. Time to head back to Jupiter Life Village, eh? In time, you'll be able to send Pokemon you caught to live in the village pastures. You bring up to 6 Pokemon with you into the field in theory, though we've never had anyone skilled enough to do so. Come now, you two, let's not dilly-dally. Captain Silno awaits our report at headquarters. I bet Captain Silno would be very pleased. It seems we won't have to leave you to die after all. Well, I appreciate that. Congratulations. You've passed your trial. You can hold on to that satchel. Must admit, you've impressed me. It's a high hurdle to judge whether a stranger like yourself could be worthy, but you cleared it. This is yours, the official uniform of the Survey Corps. Serves a uniform and pair of Survey Corps sandals. Get changed in the room you used last night, then you're to report at once to the 3rd floor. Present yourself in uniform to our commander. This is your first official order from your captain. Yay! So I was looking up on this game if they had my favorite Pokemon is Charizard, and I don't think they, from what I understand, they don't have him in this game, which is unfortunate. So I'll have to wait till we play another Pokemon game to get my Charizard. There's some lovely stones that someone was change outfits. You want to change your own? Yes, I do. Time to put on your Survey Corps uniform and your Survey Corps sandals. Changing your Survey Corps uniform. Look how well your Survey Corps uniform suits you. Almost as if the captain had it tailored just for you. I see you've changed. Regarding your accommodations, you may continue to use the room you slept in last night. You may wear this as well. Now present yourself to the commander. 3rd floor, right? I think it's that floor, 3rd floor. Brave new land we're living in, which means there's a whole lot. Pokemon are full of mysteries. I hope you can help us solve. Pokemon. Eevee? Maybe we ought to build some spare lodging in case anyone else falls from the sky. Yeah, that's me. Skyfaller. Ah, son of a bitch. Keep doing that. Ah. Gotta remember these controls. I'm not good at that. I'm not a very good gamer, guys. I'm really not. I just enjoy them. I have been waiting for you. I am Kamado, commander of the Galaxy Expedition Team. So you are Lord Smooches. I didn't even realize why I should. I've been briefed on your situation, including how you fell from the rift in the sky. Now then, let's see what you're made of. Face me in combat. Try throwing. Got some fight in you. Your sumo needs work, but I do see some potential. Don't expect a warm welcome from everyone. Naturally, some will be slow to trust an outsider who literally fell right out of the blue. Superstitions among us might see your arrival as a portent of disaster. But you passed the trial that was put to you. No matter how odd you may seem, you're part of Jubilee life now. Village now. Dedicate yourself to the work of the Galaxy Expedition Team and complete the Pokédex. I warn you, Lord Smooches, Pokemon are terrifying creatures. Keep your wits about you as you work. So, stage 1 complete. So, Commander has also accepted you. But understand this, you begin as a no-star recruit among our ranks. In other words, you have no rank at all. Well, that's not good. Perform well as a member of the Survey Corps, and you'll move up through the ranks. Indeed, you see, the more you add to the Pokédex, the higher your rank will become. And working on the Pokédex will also, of course, bring you closer towards that goal of yours. Seek out every last Pokemon. Here you will need this. Recipe for Poke. Oh, you can craft Pokeballs. And 3,000. I have no idea what that is. Say 3,000 gold as well. You will have to buy the necessary materials. Akari, you are an expert at crafting yourself. Teach our new recruit what he needs to know. Of course, Captain Silna. Now, as an experienced craftsperson here, let me explain a bit to start with. Crafting means making items with your own two hands. You buy some items at the general store, but self-sufficiency is worth striving for. You can make our most valuable tools, Pokeballs. Think where we'd be if we couldn't do that. Let's head to the craft works. Is there anything else in here? Commander Kamado's office is on the 3rd floor. Keep good work, kid. Great deal of survey work ahead of us, my boy. I hope you're ready. You have a messy room, dude. My room's pretty messy too. I can't say anything about that. Like a secret lair. Oh, if you're short on items, craft more yourself. If you want to craft new items, collect recipes. The trusty satchel is a must if you want to gather lots of material for crafting. Just speak to Doggin. He'll teach you how to pack even more into the satchel of yours. Is this Doggin? No, that's how you are. If I get these names wrong, guys, please forgive me. Well done earning your place in our team. My name is Anthe. I'm a local clothier. The professor asked me that I ready you a change of clothes. So here you go. I do hope they fit. I hope you avail yourself of the village's humble shops. This way to the craft works. You can use the workbench here at the Craftworks anytime you need to make an item in the village. and I'll supply what you need to make your first Pokeballs once you're ready to begin. Call it my way of saying congratulations on joining us. Just spend the money you got from the captain on clothes or whatever you think is best. Go up to the workbench and choose an item to craft. In this case, a Pokeball. You can use the workbenches at Jubilife Village and the base camps to craft Pokeballs and other items. Crafting items require a recipe and necessary materials. Apricorn and Templestone. Completed. Oh, now that's some fine craftsmanship. Hard to believe this was your first time stepping up to a work, my boy. You'll recall, of course, that Pokemon possess the odd power to shrink themselves down. With the Pokeballs we craft, we can make use of that power to catch them. Also, that more Pokemon species can be duly recorded in a Pokemon deck. And on that note, here you are. Volume of compiling and collected results of much Pokemon research. Professor Levinson continually adds to it with each report made on new Pokemon species. Prepared this volume just for you. I hope it aids you well in your aim to seek out all the Pokemon there are in the Grand Region. You have to complete lots of the research tasks to help the professor fill out the Pokédex. Same goes for me, of course. I've also got Pokemon to research as a Survey Corps member. I'd be all too happy to explain more about the research tasks I could use your assistance with. Come join me at the Fieldlands camp whenever you're ready. My good Lord Smooches. Hey, excuse me, I couldn't help over here. If you're going to the Fieldlands camp, would you mind taking care of a request for me? I'm standing guard, so I can't leave my post, but I'll be here at the headquarters if you want to talk about it. If something to ask, you will have a request icon displayed above them. Hey, so there's a Pokemon called Wurmple. Have you heard of it? No. Well, you see, I was having a chat with Professor Levinson, and he told me that after a Pokemon gains a certain amount of experience through battling and the like, it will sometimes change its appearance to become stronger. He said it's called a phenomenon called evolution. Some Pokemon can undergo evolution, which changes their appearance and stats. If one of your Pokemon have met the requirements to evolve, you'll be able to select the evolve option when viewing the Pokemon in your satchel. So I decided I want to raise a Wurmple myself and have it evolve. You're part of the Survey Corps, aren't you? If you catch a Wurmple, do you let me have it? There'll be a reward in it for you, I promise. Just give me a Wurmple if you can. You're the newcomer who fell from the sky. Are you heading outside the village? Of course you are. The Survey Corps must have to get out and about to compile the Pokédex book they're working on, right? On your way, kindly do me a favor. Find out all about Starly. Pokemon certainly are terrifying creatures, but when I see Starly, I feel simply whole. Not that I have the least desire to actually touch one, mind you. Please let me see Starly's entry in that Pokédex the moment you've completed it. Don't I have Starly already? How do I get to my Pokédex? Ah. Okay, what's that? Okay, what's that? Oh, up. Okay. That's what it was. Yeah, progress saved. Where is... my Pokédex? I forget. Down. Down, okay. Alright. Number you've caught without being spotted. Number defeated. Number of different forms you've obtained. Oh, wow, that's a lot. That is pretty cool. So this game's going to be a long game. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, 100% that, right? Get that platinum. I don't know if Switch has platinum, but you never know. I know Shinx's ears had odd markings on the insides, but what were they? No use. I can't remember. This will keep me up all night. Hey, aren't you with the survey course? If you catch a Shinx, could you show it to me? I've got to see with my own eyes. Please, I can't remember for the life of me what those ears look like. Drive me up the wall. Well, I do have a Shinx, right? Alrighty. Let's have a peek at those round ears. That's it. Its ears have the yellow cross pattern on them, kind of like a star. Can't you tell what a relief this is? Felt like I had a bone stuck in my throat, only the throat's my brain and the bone stop. Thanks for helping me get that bone out. Completed. Ooh, I got potions. Let's see. Anybody else in the village do stuff? We're gonna 100% this game. In every game we play, it's my goal. Can Pokemon of the same species really come in different sizes? I know the professor said they do, but I'll have a hard time believing it unless I see different sized ones lined up side by side. There really are usual bigger than mine. I'd love to see them alongside the one I have, for comparison's sake. And you're natural when it comes to catching Pokemon, right? But you see where I'm going with this. Catch Weasel. Weasel? Bigger than mine. Would you let me have it? I'll make it worth your while. And there's another request. Oh, there's a sprint. Anything outside the village, are we? Stay safe out there, kid. Yep. Yes. All right, guys and ladies. I think this will be the end of our first episode. When we come back, let's go through this dialogue real quick, and then we'll call the episode. Let's get to it then, shall we? In order to complete the Pokedex of ours, there are a great many research tasks I'll need your help to carry out, my boy. Details of these tasks can be found in the Pokedex for you to reference anytime. Okay. Run in the field using the LZL button. You can also instantly check the research tasks for that species by pressing the down button to open the Pokedex right at the page. Some Pokemon have some unusual research tasks, so be sure to check them out. Must catch and battle diverse Pokemon species to carry out plenty of research tasks. Do so and you'll gain research points and other rewards for your work. One last piece of advice, Lord Smooches. If you see a wild Pokemon attack coming your way, dodge like your life depends on it. Here, watch closely and remember what I do so you can do it later. That beautiful flowing bit of gymnastics is what we call a dodge. If you're light on your feet, you can dodge out of the way of wild Pokemon attacks. That way, hopefully, you can avoid taking a beating, blacking out in the wilderness. Security Corps had to collect me when I got the business end of a Shinx's Thunder Shock. But don't worry, I've got lots of experience to draw on, and I'll teach you plenty. So how do you know? Ah, there we are. All right, guys. We are going to call the episode there. Like I said, we're doing these videos to mainly record my gameplay. If you guys enjoy it, I that is awesome. But I do hope you guys enjoy it. But in the meantime, we're gonna call it there. And our next episode, we will continue our journey through Pokemon Arceus. All right, everybody. Thank you for stopping by, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.